up, guys? Holding Hands with you here, bringing you Sit Online Season 3 anime review. This was episode 16, titled The Asmodeus Knight. It begins off with Kirito versus the Integrity Knight that he was facing off of last week. And as you can remember, they had that clash of their powers, but we didn't get to see Kirito because when he was about to use his move, the episode cut off. Well, we get to see what his special technique is, his armor enhancement. And basically, it's like this weird black energy that comes out his sword. Kind of remind me of Bleach. If anyone watched Bleach over there, you can see the poster. You know, Ichigo's main move, Getsuko, it's something similar. It's just a black energy with it. He just throws it at you. Well, Kirito's was technically similar, but the difference between this is like it seemed like it was a multiple different little waves making one big wave, and it looked kind of weird because it looked like a string of waves. I'm not sure if you can like branch these waves off and use them like strings to grapple somebody and pull them away, or maybe it was just the art and animation. It looked good, but it was kind of weird because it was like the way it was like, I don't know. For me, it seemed kind of weird, but that's what I thought of. I started thinking of Ichigo from Bleach, and he was able to beat the Integrity Knight, but he was badly wounded in the process from using that move because, you know, her light beams were still hitting. And Yujiro healed him, and Kirito stopped him, and he was like, "Look, I'm fine." And he gave him some medicine to give to the two little girls that, you know, they knocked out. He told them, check them well, make sure you break any weapons they have and stuff like that, and then give them these potions. I'm gonna go heal the Integrity Knight. And Yujiro was upset, and he was like, "Why are you worried about them and stuff like that? And they, you know, they're the enemies." And Kirito told him, "You know, they're humans too, and they also have their own problem and their own reasons on why they joined the Knights. Not to mention some of them are even being brain control, as we've seen in recent episodes." So Yujiro was like, "I understand that we can't have hatred for them, and hatred shouldn't be a power source, but we shouldn't trust them either." But, you know, Kirito, he was like stood firm in his belief of we shouldn't hurt them or kill them or let them die. So Yujiro was like, he dropped it, but he was still having his doubts about it. But he went to heal the two little girls. And Kirito went to heal the Integrity Knight. Here's the problem. She had a really big like gash in her side, and she was losing too much blood. And Kirito couldn't heal her. Even with Yujiro's help, when he caught him over, couldn't, you know, heal her. So Yujiro was like, "There's nothing we can do for her." And Kirito was like, "No, I'm not accepting this." And Kirito started to scream and shout. He was like, "Any knights or monks or priests that can hear me, please come out and help one of your own. She's gonna die. She's human like us, and I don't want her to die," and stuff like that. But nobody was coming out to, you know, help. Even though Kirito already stated that there are people around that can help, but they decided to lock themselves away, not to help and get involved. So he decides to take the dagger that they had around their neck that they were supposed to use for Alice, and he uses his on her. So Cardell can grab her and heal her. But since her wounds were so bad, Cardell had to take her whole body over there for heal her. And then she gave them potions as well to drink. And she gave them some really good information saying that the administrator is still unaware of what's going on because she's sleeping. Y'all need to hurry up and get onto the top so y'all can stab her. And Kirito brought this up, and he was like, if she sleeps through the day, why is that, you know? Why does she sleep through the day when she's technically immortal? And anyone who hears a noise on the back, that's my phone, so forgive me for that. But again, Kirito was like, what's going on? And, you know, it was kind of weird. Like, if you think about it, he's kind of right. Why is the minister sleeping when she's technically immortal? And that's how she recharges her power. Maybe she's forced to sleep. Who knows? Maybe she's like a vampire. Maybe she needs those extra hours of sleep for her powers to stack up and work. Who knows? But that's going to be an important factor, I believe, later on. So they continue to move up on the floor. And they meet another young girl. And she operates the elevator for the towers. And everyone just call her operator. She doesn't have a name that she, you know, remembers or know of. And there was like suspicious of her at first, but then it's like after, you know, expecting the situation and checking her out, it was like, okay, you fine, we're joining the elevator with you. and she took him up to the 80th floor, which that surprised me because I'm thinking like every episode we go up about like 10, 15 floors, but I guess they rushing to get up there quickly for whatever the reason is. And again, I'm not a manga reader or a light novel, so no spoilers. If y'all want to comment on why they're going up so fast, that'd be great, but just dim down the spoilers. No spoilers. But as they get to the 80th floor, there's a beautiful garden up there. And when they get to the middle of that garden, they meet Alice again. And she's there just sunbathing next to a tree and stuff. And she doesn't have her sword on her. And Kirito notices this and he says, "Hey, Yujiro, she doesn't have her sword on her, so this should be easier for us to, to stab her." And Kirito came up with the plan that I'm going to go forward. I'm going to be the dummy again, the decoy. And you have to be the one to stab her, since I already wasted my dagger. And Yujiro, of course, agreed. And the plan failed automatically. For the simple fact that the tree that she was laying on, sunbathing, that tree was actually her sword. In her alternate form. Because the form of her blade is basically flower petals. Gold flower petals. And these petals come from that tree, which is called the alicization tree. Supposedly one of the first things created in this world by God himself. And that's where her sword is made from, that powerful gold tree. So that's why her petals are basically gold with holy energy. And she can control them at will. Technically speaking, she's like a female Byakuya. Again, another reference from Bleach. I'm not sure if like the creator of SAO was watching too much Bleach when he came up with some of these moves or scenes, but for some odd reason I just get like a whole bunch of Bleach vibes while watching this episode. Now I feel like watching Bleach again. But basically she slapped him with her petals, and she was like, that first attack was just a warning. The second one is going to be full strength, so you better come at me prepared, like you did with the other Integrity Knights. Don't waste their honor. So they charge, and Kirito was like, wait, let me fight her one-on-one first. And they fight her one-on-one, and she's pushing Kirito far back. Like, every hit sends him flying back. But even though he's blocking the hits and he's getting sent flying away, he's not taking no damage though, because he's still blocking. He's getting sent flying away. And it came to one point where it looked like she had him, and she was going to hit him like on the shoulder, or maybe the face. But Kirito took his sword and he twisted it, and he made the blade scrape off of his, and he slapped her blade away. And then he basically held her arm, and her, both her arms, and he told, Yujiro to use his power, and Yujiro froze them both. After he froze them, he went up there to stab her where she was frozen with, his dagger, so Carter can snatch her up. Unfortunately, her sword was not frozen, and her sword turned to golden petals and broke the ice. And she was like, great try, but failed. And then, as you see in the thumbnail, her and Kirito clashed with their secret armament techniques, and they both got pushed back and made a dent into the wall of the side of the building where they were fighting. And this is when things get weird, because the dent was pretty big from their, explosion of their techniques clashing, but it wasn't like big enough to like really put a dent in that type of. Like, it put a dent, but it wasn't big enough to break it. But then the wall broke, and both Alice and Kirito got like sucked out of the of the way by like this wind pressure that absorbed them, which was the same wind pressure that we hear when the wall is cracking and breaking, and it absorbed them off, and they both looked like they fell in Yujiro eyesight. And when he went to like check, to go up to check, the wall started to hurry up and rebuild itself. And Yujiro was trying to get there in time to see what's going on, but the wall rebuilt itself too quickly, and he just started screaming out their names and hitting the wall, and that was technically the end of the episode. Now, I'm going to say one right now. I'm going to call it now. One of two things happened. Either the administrator woke up and she saw what was going on, and she decided to break the wall to get both Alice and Kirito, for whatever her reason might be. Or there was another Integrity Knight there who has wind powers, and he did that. And the reason why it also reconstructed itself after he, busted the wall and dragged them out is because that's probably a special ability or spell that's cast on that wall to always repair itself when it's damaged. Or again, it could be someone else's doing that's there watching the fight. But that wasn't no accident of like the wall breaking down and that high level wind pressure absorbing them both out like that hole, and then it reforged itself. Is like, that seemed too convenient, especially since it's like the second time fighting her, and this time they were actually close to like beating her, but thanks to that incident it didn't happen. So most likely something, someone is playing their hand in this, and if it's not the administrator, it's most likely another integrity knight. But good episode. There was a lot of more dialogue and world building, I guess you could, or story progression, while at the same time giving us that good fight with Alice. So it was a really good episode. It wasn't talk like the other episodes been, but this one was pretty decent. And last week as well, they had still story progression and dialogue, but the fight scenes were really good. And I love the art and animation for this so far. It's been better and better than the other 2 seasons, and it's just great. And again, I can't stress enough how I love the new opening and ending song. They're so awesome. I like the old ones too, but I like this one a lot as well. So, but that's one thing about Sword Art Online. Their music was always on point. So, and the art and animation too is always good for Sword Art Online. But yeah, tell me your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below. Tell me what you thought that happened with that wall and who is the one behind it. If you can, with less spoilers, tell me why are they already up here on the 80th floor so quickly? If there's a reason for that. Or is that how fast they went in the light novel / manga? Cause I don't read it in my anime only. And again, another thing I would like to ask for those out there who do read the light novels and the manga of, SAO, the 3rd season, Advocate, or Azalian, tell me, is this going to be like the end of Sword Art Online, or is there more after this? Just wondering, because I like Sword Art Online, but I've always been an anime only. I never picked up the manga or light novel of it, so I always wonder about that. And yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Just like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more, and have a good one, and peace out.